ready for our Thursday night online open mic. Freaky Fridge, what's good? Elmo, what's up? Bill Elkins, Joski C. Hello, Ike. Elaine, welcome everybody. Hey, Majora Carter. Sweet. I got people on my IG over here, the feed over here, and then I have everybody here in the online open mic, our Thursday night. Welcome. Let's get into this. It's August 17, 2023, Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern here. I'm in the Boogie Down Bronx tonight, where I'm born and raised. I'm in the home front. What's up, Jasmine? We got New York Poets Cafe fam up in here. And I just wanted to share some words before we get into this. You know, so many people want fame and power because they think that it will make them happy. They think it will bring them happiness, but it is far from the truth. Being in the spotlight can bring so many unwanted things, like the entitlement of people who feel they deserve a piece of you, feel they can tell lies about you and expect an explanation. Fame comes with the slings and arrows of envy and hatred. When you do things right, no one gives you credit. If you make a mistake, you're left alone to face it. But all these things, I just embrace it. Because in the stillness of my meditations, I go way up to see the bigger picture and am reminded of poetry and scripture. So I want to share some self-love poetry to give you strength in the endless battles that I know you too must face. Of all the things I own, my worth is my favorite possession. I am mine to define, to encourage, to enlighten, to adore, to challenge, to delight, to accommodate, to accept, to welcome, to love. Sure. Okay. Fine. Fake words we should ban from our vocabularies that actually mean not okay, not at all. Self-love removes the dam so your truth can flow freely. Nothing will ever be enough until you decide it is enough. Is it enough? Are you enough? It's up to you. I tried being strong enough, smart enough, creative enough, bold enough, strategic enough, sexy enough, pretty enough, tough enough. But only when I decided I was enough, was I more than enough. And women, if women didn't forget, diminish, or dull their pain, the human race would cease to exist. But if women forget, diminish, or dull their joy, the human race will cease to exist too. Let me tell you about a woman's love. It finds the cracks and fills them with light. It sees the path and paves it. It is both loud and quiet, strong and soft, patient, kind, and full. It is both a realist and an optimist. It holds magic so powerful that it is impossible to define and can only be received and witnessed, learned from, and appreciated. So I send love to you. I send love to all of you. Love yourself. Take care of yourself and get ready for beautiful things to come. Like the New York Poets Cafe 10th annual block party. We are gearing up. It's going to be located on 3rd Street between Avenues B and C. You know, Freaky Fridge knows about that. It's poetically and historically known as Pedro Pietri Way. And inside our cafe, we will have Pedro Pietri's widow, the surrealist gypsy, doing palm readings. And for physical healing, we will have a masseuse with magic hands. Vendors too, like Rebel Orisha, whose machete earrings I am wearing. The entire block will become a New Eurekan village with treats for the grown-ups and for the kiddies. A cannabis, live DJ, Freaky Fridge's gallery will have Viajeros artwork from the New Yorican Arts Club. Los Amigos Park will be serving free food. Rosie's Bakery will be open, and 2 bouncy houses and games for the children, a dunk tank in front of Brisas del Caribe Park, and in front of our cafe will be the main stage that will have a marathon open mic and special performances by LES's own Deso. We will have indigenous artists M. Tecati and 3 Ravens, and our very own Combo Rican Ensemble Salsa Band led by Juanra. Our in-house hosts will be taking turns on the mic, so show up early if you want to perform. First come, first serve in the lineup to sign up. So be there, August 26th, Saturday from noon to 5. Woohoo! And now it is time for our open mic. We have tonight Michael Sindler, Joski C, Bill Elkins, Eddie Foreman, Elaine Nadal, CC, Ike, Messiah, Cosme, CP, Nura, Daniel, Jason, Principe, Noah, and our very own Ron. If your name isn't on the list and you want to read, put your name in the chat so we can try to fit you in on the good luck round towards the end of our show. This program is made possible by the New York State Council on the Arts with the support of the Governor's Office and the New York State Legislature, New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, the Howard Gilman Foundation, and the Poetry Foundation. 3 rules. You got 3 minutes to do your thing. Have your camera and sound on. No nudity. That's 3 rules. Yeah. And no nudity. What you do below is none of our business, but what's up in here, you know, keep it clean. People out there watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, you can join the Zoom room at 977-539-856. That goes for you too. If you want to join us in the Zoom, 977-539-856. And now we are going to get into the list. I'll say goodbye to my IG folks. Join us up in here, the New Yorican Poets Cafe, Thursday night online open mic. Yes. So here we go. What we got up in the chat? We got the list there. All right. We're going to be starting with our very own Michael Sindler.
Hey, I only heard 2 rules there, but that's okay. I'll go by those 2. I will add the 3rd rule, which is never punch down.
Woo!
That's the 3rd rule.
I like that.
I'm gonna start out by giving a word to lighthousewriters.org, which I always do because I love them very much, and that's what you do with people who you love. You let it be known. And I love Lighthouse Writers. I thought I wasn't going to have anything new, so I pulled up some old stuff, but then I browbeat myself and made myself get a couple things that are new done. So this first one is called Last Sweet. Last words on lips where I love you, voice back and forth while still in flesh. 1 such moment, a rare gift to have. 2, a wonder beyond pondering. Truest word to come from mouth reflected back by those who taught most by example. And at the end, still imparting simple truth as strength fades, exhausted but not afraid. As ready as I imagine anyone to ever be, last sweet moment turns into memory. And the other one is that I just finished a few minutes ago. It's called Constant. Shifting stars are a cause for change, but I am constant in my love. No connection to expectation. Time does not dull, no shift into retrograde. Stars birthed in Big Bang, heat reflected in first meeting's heartbeat. A dazzle that does not die rings independent of clockwork and sky. They say shooting stars are for making wishes, but I have ceased to wish for more. That what was, that what is in balance and will forever be. And I thought I would just go ahead and read one old one, and especially when I'm thinking about people close to me. This was my cousin who was a huge influence on me as a child. It's called Walking with Mina. Around the block from the red house, she holding my tiny hand lightly, loosely, so petite herself she barely needed to bend to look into my 5-year-old eyes, kneeling by my side, pointing out what some would call weeds and brambles, but she saw as wonders, picking a tiny blossom, laying it flat in my smooth-skinned palm, pulling twigs and dry grass together, punctuated with petals, pine straw, and bark on the sandy Carolina soil, arranging them to form a tiny path, a rooftop, tree cover, and clouds, a fragile landscape, just like in her paintings, subtle watercolor strokes merged with pasted fragments of flora combined to make magical miniature tableaus, mirth, earth, and phantasm, the most common elements, oft overlooked, transformed, the makings of most marvelous inventions. Perhaps there was a touch of the magpie about her, eye attuned to treasure lost in plain sight, nothing miserly, instead thriftful and resourceful, powered by recumbent imagination, careful observation, surrealist scenarios full of luck and pluck, flat, silent places of pure zen. That twig, that petal, that seed, that thorn, each had its own story and each played a role, part of a story laid upon the smooth, white, rippled stages of processed pulp, dried thin in rectangles. No thing, no matter how small or seemingly inconsequential or insubstantial, is without worth, without means to bring meaning to moment. Each fragment and sliver of matter on earth contributes, dances along in the continual act of being, attuned, seeing sense set out on planet's endless carpet, collage of unceasing possibility, ever varying view, each treasure picked a new chance to point to perfection. Having shown me this giant, quiet way of seeing small, this ever-altering elemental lesson, she took my hand again in her withered paper, brittle boned fingers, led me up the walk, brought me inside, set me by the window, and made me cocoa. Thank y'all.
Oh, yo, that was so tender. This giant, quiet way of seeing small. Michael Sindler, thank you so much. I'm going to ask all to unmute and show some love to Michael Sindler right there. What's good? What's
Hey,
good?
Michael, very good.
Beautiful, Michael.
Never disappoint. It's great.
Resident blacksmith in the building.
Yes, indeed.
Great way to start the evening. That was wonderful, Michael.
Yes, it's all love. That's what this world needs. So let's keep it going and keep it flowing. Who is it that we have next? But none other than our very own Joski C.
Hey.
Hi, Joski. How you doing?
Am I unmuted?
You are
Yes, you are.
unmuted.
Oh, you guys tricked me. Good, thank you. Doing good. I'm so happy to be here. It's good to see you. This is something that I wrote. Actually, Deneen helped me write this last night. And so it's new
So
shit.
this is some collaborative new shit?
Yes,
some husband and wife new shit?
Well, she doesn't know it, but she really did contribute a lot to this. So this is about two brave election workers in Georgia who were threatened by Donald Trump and his MAGA minions. Is this coming through okay?
Yeah.
All right. I won't say your name. You don't want to be recognized in the grocery aisle. All the settings of your life, vigilante comes, threats fired like guns, all your loved ones in danger now. I won't say your name. Working on election day, you are patriots, counting what the people say. Vigilante comes, threats fired like guns, all your loved ones in danger now. Your mama named you, now she can't call your name. MAGA vigilantes riding up the lane. So I won't call your name. You don't want to be recognized in the grocery aisle. All the settings of your life, all the settings of your life.
Joski C. You always have so much wisdom in your words and in your performance. Let's unmute everybody to show some love for Joski C right there.
Yeah, thanks
Nicely
to
done,
both of
Josie,
y'all. That's
nicely done.
very important, and it's
Yeah.
done in such a clear and beautiful way. Just blessings to you.
So
Thank
tight.
you.
Thank you both for writing this. You know, you Deneen and you. That was amazing.
Yes, please give her our love and support for being so cool.
I surely will.
Those minions, they gotta go. The minions just gotta go. Oh my God, but we just shine love on all the minions. And today we have back-to-back performers with a guitar. Our next performer is none other than our very own Bill Elkins. What, out in Cali, right?
You got it, La Bruja.
Hi.
Long Beach.
Long Beach, California.
That's right,
How are
that's
you,
right.
Bill? I haven't seen you in a long time.
La Bruja, long time no see. Good to see you.
Great to see you too. What are you gonna do for us? What are you gonna bless us with?
Well, I'm going to do an original. It's one that I played before, but it's one that I think the universe is such that this is the song I should sing today. So it's called My Diamond on Black Velvet. Hope you like it. I've done it before. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. I kissed you quickly, afraid of your body, in terminal sedation. Rest my traveling animal.
Hold on, I'm gonna jump in because we were previously told that, why don't we say we can hear your guitar? So I think the original sound setting is off. Can you turn that on, Bill? Because we want to make sure we can hear both your voice and your guitar. And I'm sorry, La Bua, but in the past we were, asked, why don't you let us know if we can hear the guitar? So I want to
Thank
make
you for doing. I wasn't sure when to interject, so
it's tough. I had to I was so scared of interacting. So, but Bill, let's do a quick sound check.
Okay, can you hear my guitar now?
Nope, still not yet. In your Zoom, is there the setting that says original sound for musicians? Is it off or on right now on the top? On the top.
Oh, it's up, it's off. Okay.
Turn it on, okay. And now give us a sound check. Yes. All right.
Thank you for interrupting. I want everybody to hear.
La Bua, is it okay if he restarts from the beginning again? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. I kissed you quickly, afraid of your body, in terminal sedation. Rest my traveling animal like a diamond on black velvet, silent as air and still as stone. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. If I could, I would. No longer greeting, 4 feet heavenward. Time to lick the wounds of mortal agony. Find meaning to your loss, like a diamond on black velvet. My beast with cause, my beast with purpose. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. You know I would. Under the guise of snow, the gray clouds pass like a brooding poet, impossible to weep. No longer life behold, your journey is accomplished. You are silent as air and still as stone. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. Glance the others wistfully sigh, and are confused and restless. Your absence leaves a void, which they struggle to overcome. You are their diamond, the diamond on black velvet. They are silent as air and still as stone. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. I am in angst, waiting for the rain, waiting for the right rain to fall like diamonds onto black velvet. Yeah, to fall like diamonds onto black velvet. My dearest Francine Blanche, you are my precious diamond, my diamond on black velvet. Yeah, you're my precious diamond, my diamond on black velvet. You're my precious diamond, my diamond on black velvet.
Woo! Yes, Diamond on Black Velvet.
Yeah, it's definitely my favorite song of yours. No offense to any of the others, but I love that one.
I know, me
Thank you,
too.
Michael. Thank you.
Me
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you.
It's a cool hook, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, and I'm glad we didn't hear that. I know a cappella sounds great, but we did want to hear your guitar. So thank you for
You did us
letting.
all a favor, Ron. We appreciate that.
You
That's
needed to hear
that's
the
our tech
crust.
guy, always on top of it.
Thank you, Ron. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So
Thank you,
Jason wrote
everybody.
Fuego, which means fire. So that's always a good thing when it comes to music. So thank you, Phil. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
so much for that. All right, we're gonna keep it going, keep it flowing. And next up on the microphone, we have Elaine.
Hi, how are you, Bruja?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. So nice to see you.
Great to see you too. How have you been?
I've been okay. Busy reading, writing, you know. Same old, same old. But
Where
just
you-
glad to be here. Huh?
Where are you zooming in from?
I'm in Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm in Connecticut. So getting ready to start the new school year. I'm a teacher, so it's a busy time.
Oh boy, has it been a good summer?
It's been a great productive summer. Yes. So it's been good. And like I said, I'm happy to be here. I haven't been here in a while, so it's so nice. And nice to see you. So
I'm looking forward to hearing it. Let the teacher speak. Apple for teacher, everybody. Let's go.
so I have two poems, two very short poems. The first one is The Bachata Singer. 5 planets are visible tonight. I am still a loose thread, a tuneless shell. He sings with a broken wing, con sentimiento. The stage is the sky, his song blood red like a ruby star intoxicates the room, dimly lit with wanderers like me, disenchanted souls looking for wine. The guitar cries crimson rays, turning sorrow into suspiro. Tastes like tomorrow. I awaken, let me touch you. Bachateame, papi.
All right.
So that's the Bachata Singer. And then the last one is Harvest. I actually finished that yesterday, so it's a new poem. When you're starving, you eat whatever is given to you. It has a slightly odd taste, but it becomes normal. In the belly of the whale, there aren't many possibilities. You can't believe you got there, but the screech owl stirs the memories. Mother being pushed downstairs. Cousin saying I ain't photogenic. My classmate shoving me against the wall. My ex-boyfriend slamming me against the bed. Paycheck to paycheck. Then a new job and more stress. Diagnosed with a sickness of aches in the joints. I don't look sickly, I'm told, yet I'm here in this belly wanting to get out, but I can't swim. And the screech owl mocks me with pomegranate seeds. Because when you're starving, you eat what is given to you. And when you no longer hunger, your spirit is dead. No melody, no cadence, no cloudberries. You're continuously falling, 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 falling without ever hitting the ground. And your senses melt like the clocks in Dali's painting. I need a bleeding heart for courage grown cold and passion gone astray. A blazing star for dancing barefoot, bearing fruit in a flowy dress, green and gold. When my closet is crowded with heaviness, I must discard before I head towards spring. The screech owl will wait for me on the mountain. I will descend once again. This time though, oh, this time, I'll become fire out of those pomegranate seeds and show the screech owl that I need no chariot and that I too am a bird with wings. Thank you so much.
All right. Yes, you are a bird with wings. That was so beautiful, powerful new shit right there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing that. I'm unmuting everybody to show
Yeah,
you.
that was really
Elaine, that was
beautiful.
really-
That was wonderful.
Thank you. That was, yeah.
You need to have you
Thank
come
you.
back.
Where in
and
Connecticut
more
are
of
you?
your stuff.
I am in Milford,
Okay.
Milford, Connecticut. Yeah.
I'm in Cornwall Bridge.
We've heard your
Yeah, I
Oh.
just put
Just
up
up
a
the
thing.
road.
There's going to be the National Beat Poet Society is going to have a 3-day thing in Connecticut. Can't remember exactly where.
I think they it was
something,
in New Hartford
Collinsville.
last year. I don't know if it's going to be there this year though. I have to
I think it's
update
like
myself.
Canton or something.
Yeah,
it's
maybe-
New Hartford, maybe New Hartford.
It was at
sure, but it's like
the
the
house
first
event.
through the third.
Right.
The National Beat Poet Society.
Yeah,
is gonna
Debbie.
have a big festival.
Debbie Kilday, yeah.
Oh yes, with Debbie. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
try to go.
I
Yeah,
went the last 2 years. It was in New Hartford, but I'm not sure if it's
Uh-huh.
there this year. I got to find out. I'll be there.
yeah. I won't be there. They did make me beat Poet Laureate of Colorado, which I'm very thankful for. But
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
Congratulations. That's wonderful.
thank
And
you.
Debbie does
Not-
a great job. So
She's
Debbie
Debbie's
does a
wonderful.
great
She's
job,
totally
yeah.
wonderful. But not to jump in on your time. Sorry.
That's
It's okay.
awesome. Look at what's thriving in Connecticut, y'all. You know, you that are in Connecticut, make it happen, you know?
I'm digging the northwest corner. Yeah.
That's so great. So we're gonna keep it going and keep it flowing. Thank you, Elaine. Your students are so lucky to have you. Okay, so let's hear from Cece.
Okay.
Hi,
Where's
Cece.
am I unmuted? Oh, I'm unmuted.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, this is a little ditty. I actually played live on a grand piano open mic on Tuesday night, and I videoed it. I haven't looked at it yet though. We'll see. I did Calm Down, if you remember that one. This is called The Parenting of Life. Oh, I gotta do the thing. So and please do stop me, because there were times when the enable original sound. Okay, so this should be able to talk, and at the same time we good. I believe in the parenting of life. And no one owns a woman. No one owns a child's love. And I believe this is the highest art form, and the abuse of innocence is the highest crime. And I believe the only way to rise
is to always fall true and never be above you. And I believe forgiveness is a mirror. You need no fist, word, or hammer to break reasons into blame. And I believe belief must not fear dying, and you should never fear to ask a naked, honest question. And I believe that being wrong's a blessing. And when you still don't know the answer, the law of love is one. I believe in the parenting of life, and no one owns a woman. No one owns a child's love. That's all she wrote.
Woo! That was beautifully done. Oh my gosh, that made me emotional. Let's ask to unmute
So
everybody.
I'm,
My
I'm
God,
really,
that last
I'm
verse.
really working on getting these over to a friend of mine who's went to music school and college and all that, and turning all this into sheet music,
Oh, great.
voice and piano, and then put that out, and hopefully other people will record it, even though
And have
people keep
player
telling me that
piano
I should.
rolls.
Yeah. It's dope, Cece.
I know people keep telling me to do it, and I'm saying yes, but
Yeah.
they're better.
Yeah, but that last stanza with the no one owns a woman, no one owns a child, man,
Child.
it just
No one owns a
right.
child's love.
Child's love. Yes, that was just absolutely incredible.
Beautiful. So necessary, you know, and
Yes,
it's a time
totally.
where we're like,
And you know, as writers, when that happens, when you're writing something like that, you know that it's something beyond conduit. You just, I believe. I got a painting that I'm trying to get into an art museum show, and it's called "Reality is in the Mind of the Believer." It says that on the canvas, and it's got a little thing in there from Picasso's Guernica hidden inside the painting. Yeah, that one came out. That one came out pretty sharp in a matter of days. It's only 5 drafts. Started in 1/7, didn't touch it for a long time, and on 6/16, I typed it up and ran with it for 4 drafts. It used to be called "It's Your Garden Now," the original poem that it came out of.
I love that. I mean, you know, something also about a piano too, you know, I started learning piano when I was 6 years old from this woman in the Bronx named Carol Gershenson, and I would go every Wednesday at 6 years old from 6 to 12. And you know, so something about the piano too, just you know.
I tried to do guitar for years. I was never good at it. And then when I was out in Washington State, this guy gave me first open mic I went to. He said, "Oh, I gave one to my daughter, but she doesn't want to play. You could take it home." So I went to an open mic
I was living in Suquamish, Washington, and I came home with a keyboard, started playing, and then in the last 2 years, this acoustic thing showed up in my life. And I got a digital one. It's another animal. You barely know how to turn it on and off, but it's a spaceship. But this is better. So
Thank you
that's
so
enough
much.
time for me. You got
Thank
next
you.
poet. Next poet. Lots of love coming. I'm sorry I was late. I'm sorry. I don't know who I missed.
Great job. Thank you so much.
And CP, I'll be in touch with you real soon. I know we left off there.
I mean, I've tried to play the guitar, and the guitar I can't do the guitar, but the piano, yes, the piano I've been able to do some. Well, right now, let's hear from our very own Ike Waltz. Hello, Ike. Ike in the building.
Well, yes, I'm listening, and let me pick another instrument.
Hi, Ike.
Let's listen to the eternal flute, or remembering Aubrey Birdsley. Aubrey was a Victorian super lithographic artist, only again to be censored during his 1960s revival. When the flute lures you softly into eternal trance, I trouble those erect nipples under your silken blouse with a brush of the kisses arouse. A signal to close your wandering eyes, releasing a trembling in the red-hot blood of fever and many audible sighs. When the flute woozy bumps and the touch of masculine skin, a signal to close my wandering eyes, releasing a trembling, the rush of a quiver, and many audible sighs. When the flute lures you softly into eternal trance, I trouble your electric fur way down south with a hush of an unexpected kiss and a brush of my burning mouth. A signal to follow our wandering eyes, releasing a trembling and a rush of fever and a blush of audible sighs. When the flute lures you softly into eternal trance, as it is, as it seeks, that jazzy flute that sings a magic high. You are so good. That is what crowns our hearts. It was a joyful cry when you touch it, when you hold it. You feel a longing, a warm as a rising sun. Outside, I am a stranger. Inside, I am your friend. It is that unforgettable, so irresistible, so welcoming, that so magical burst of life. That forever what used to be only seconds of the time-keeping clock. A manly penis, erect, falls lovingly on the endurance of an Aubrey Birdsley throbbing cock. Well, this is what you get when a poem is conceived early morning, and that in my learning. Thank you.
Thank you, Ike. Let's unmute everybody to show Ike some love.
Yes. Always.
Ike, you went deep on that one. That'll
Come on, man. I keep
Really
telling
deep.
that dude, Vincent Price. Ike,
Ike,
he just does it. I'm telling you. I continue to call that cat the Vincent Price of poetry.
Yeah, your storytelling capabilities is just amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
Love the flute, Ike. Oh.
Super, super sweet.
Yeah.
And to like touch on like adult topics and make it sound like so wholesome and light. It's
All right. So
Thank you, Ike. Thank you so much. All right, we're gonna hear now from Messiah.
Thank you, Bruja. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Doing good. Doing pretty good. Thank you.
Where are you zooming in from tonight?
Brooklyn, New York, born and raised.
Okay. BK in the building.
Yes. So I would like to recite a poem that is going to be done in two parts. It's called Lust and Descent. This is part one. In our strife abounded garden, belabored with years of descent, I desperately plant the seed. Her soil subsumes my boorish decadence, our relationship, our communion struck with the tragedy of lust and little else. With descent comes the demand for new horizons, but such distances leave little to the imagination, for I have seen my life beyond her abased geography. Only intangible blight and dust seem to lie irredeemably without her. Her scalding encouragement to meet my body with hers, or the desolate tears of an unfounded world, empty, which is preferable. There are little signs of exasperation, little gestures of residual desire, while tenderness no longer accentuates passion, but rather vulpine resentment to the bitter touch. As I set the seed deeply in the soil, our relational flower will bloom in the rapid dissembling of her recessive seasons that endear my feelings to starvation, as to need, her still in the fallacy of her fragility, corrupts the seed of love, and what flower will grow in the pangs of distress? When it does finally emerge, will needful emotion be appropriate as we wrench elaboration from a disquiet that seems eternal? Will we approach each other with abandon, liberating secrets, at last rewarding our wounds in immersed pleasure deserved of each other's company? Ecstasy exists in her body, her lips like the generation of a star, her thighs like dreams in the sleep of heaven. I knead my body into her emotional gushes of coarse pleasure that usually remain unexpressed. And I know the aftermath will be heartbreak, for I will leave her tonight, and the dread upon my departure will be the stead that liberates my fear of her seasons, and one half of our flower, finally blooming into the most beautiful laceration of the heart, grossly formed with the pervasive scent of despair, will impose upon my unconscious, making slightly bearable the consciousness of silence, gleaming delicately in the early morning, as the waif of rising sunlight in the distance weighs provocatively on my hopes, bringing earnestness to eventual clarity, yet still without love. And here's the second part, Love and Descent Part 2. As you haunt my reverie, my immature placidity leaves me daunted and precious in your wake, placing flagrant desire raucously, a grim distillation of sensing homelessness, as I find you are nowhere within me. In your stead, emotive transparency floods my delicate grasp of mind, delivering the edges of my consciousness to conformity at your feet. At the precise moment you have left me wordlessly agape in diminished acumen of love's insecure mask. What can I say that will endow lasting sensibility? Love amassed, love dwindled, a world within me suffering desolation, a world empty in worlds without. They say that beauty holds its grip subjectively, yet for all the world to incline inward in their intuitive perception of you, then beauty would hold objectively, affirmatively, sublimely, perhaps the way God intended this cosmic flower upon planting its seed. Now that my presence no longer concedes, now that my breath no longer concedes to your presence, I faintly comprehend why I fell for you and continue to fall. You were a luscious curve where there was linear distance, a touching voice generating ablution where before there was granite silence, breaking the longing in unsettled solitude. Forgetting you is not the problem. It is appreciating the time we shared, abating fractious questioning, keeping you close, as your love was decidedly the interest of life's vague gift. And though you've forgotten me, still you come to me in dreams, the transitory situation pensive and a little ridiculous. You come forward as an elder woman, your youth tacitly emergent in your eyes, and ask, as though you already know the answer, are we meant to be? Thank you.
Wow, Messiah. That was timeless. My goodness. Brilliantly done. Thank you for sharing that. Let us know how to follow you in the chat. And I hope that you come back. That was beautiful. Okay, we're going to go and hear from CP Mays.
Hello, everyone. Sorry I showed up late to the party. I was playing Super Dad. Hopefully my son doesn't come out the bathroom walking around naked while I'm spitting this poem. That may be a whole nother thing for everybody to see. I have a poem for you. Someone asked me to bring it back out, so I would. Hold on, son.
Dad of the year.
Dad of the year. Last year, I was voted most likely not to succeed with second chances. Currently, I hold the world's record for most failed attempts at saying, I love you when it counts. I catered all the Merlot, manna, and mustard seeds for the final farewell party Jesus threw at his Last Supper. Hey, never ask angels auctioning off your prayers if they were just bored and needed something else to do. Last night, I caught a glimmering glimpse of a suicidal firefly flicking off its own light switch and cried. Can't explain why in my second past life, I was first to throw Yeshua a baby shower, but I did. Can't explain why he got kicked out of heaven. Maybe hell just knew Satan needed a second job. Can't explain why turning water into wine turned wise men into winos. Maybe Jesus was just being too flashy. I'm a gambling, going all in. God's got a gut feeling I'm not playing by the house rules anymore. I'ma drop a coin inside my slot machine and yank that lever knowing that I brought thunderstorms with me. A poker face player playing with a pair of loaded dice for eyes. I'm a misplaced safe bet. Miracle call me. Raising money for folk who can't afford to go to heaven, as if Christ forgot what it cost him to get there. I'ma make no mistake, sultry, sexy, top shelf, expensive liquid pour off a river Styx in a dirty wine glass. A firefly pull off a fifth of lighter fluid, getting drunk in the lighthouse with the lights out, say I ain't. A missing teeth, midnight hummingbirds, gospel prayer sung in the lisp that the Lord can't understand. A sunset sitting silently next to several saints in the nosebleed section, searching for God. I am telling marginal from margin to margin. Make no mistake, I am a monster made out of saliva, snake venom spit, mouth of a madman with the madman's mouth-to-mouth madness of a mind matching Gandhi's grit. No, my graceful exit sign smile sleeps comfortably underneath the bottom of God's untied shoes. No, I doubt Daddy didn't know we missed our pearly gate curfew because Christ confiscated all of our fake IDs. No, no. Point me to the closest Walmart. I heard Let's Make America Great Again. It's coming with rollback prices. No. Point me to the slave trade, whips, slave ships, and chains that make the Middle Passage great. From the jump, Mr. Trump, I can rival a rifle on a rifle. With Jesus, a Bible, it's my only two American idols. I keep in my rifle the last time my self-worth left Earth. It's Sunday brunch came back with skeleton bones as a snack last night. I caught a glimmering glimpse of a suicidal firefly flicking off its own light switch and cried. Okay, son, you can come out.
Whoa! Oh, yeah, CP Mays. Oh my goodness.
Come on. Let's go.
That was powerful. I would hate to get scolded by him as a dad, though. Come on, right? Yo, let's show some love. I'm asking everybody to unmute.
No, I get the feeling Golden's not that bad.
CP, you're
Yeah, I
such
get
a
the feeling
fucking
he's a good
gift.
dad.
My
Powerful.
fucking turns you make,
That was amazing.
bombs you drop, and then they
It's
explode.
trying to keep that shit always
Hey.
I raised my twins like Marine Corps
style.
style. Marine Corps meets 300. I just toss food in the middle of the room, and whoever got the grit enough to eat, you know, they're going to eat for the day. They got to come back. They have to come back.
Gogi household.
Yeah,
Like, let them do it.
He's in the middle of building a Thunderdome.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna mute everybody so that we can hear from Nora. But that was so fire, CP Mays.
Thank you
so much. That was awesome.
Such a gift.
That was awesome. Yikes. Whew. Okay. Let's hear from Nora.
Thank you. I just have two cheesy love poems of the same theme, and the theme that I went with was like, I'm rooting for you.
Well, we love cheesy, and then we happen to have Paul con queso, which means cheese. So you're in the right place with the cheese. So
Amazing. Okay. I'm someone who always sees the best in people, but with you, it was no hard work. I really wanted you to be a keeper. You could do no wrong in my eyes, so why am I crying through the whole month of July? It's annoying how blue they are, annoying how many cliches already exist, but my heart is true, so I'm sorry about this. There's no other way out than through. It's a poem, here you go, of everything I want to review. I still think of the smell of morning coffee, the ones you brewed, but I rarely drank. Think of your arms and how they would twirl me and my mind would just go blank. Think of your laugh and I think of it often. I think I can hear it in almost any photograph. And I think of your heart and how heavy you carried it. And I think of mine and how it feels torn apart. But I hope you know, I would have tried to make every single day lighter for you, everything brighter for you. And I know that it's silly and everyone thinks I'm wrapped around your finger, but it's mainly just so unfair that I only got to love you in winter. I hope you know that's why I never got those blackout curtains. I just wanted the sunshine to be your only disturbance. I think of how you loved my fingers pulling back your head and how I liked doing anything you loved. You loved to spar and box with me, and let's admit it was all just a ploy for you to kiss me. But I was pretty good at it, and I loved making you impressed because when you smiled at me, it felt like 1,000 suns rising in my chest. I still feel this way, and I wonder if one day you'll feel it too. And even if I walk away, I'll still always be here rooting for you. That's the first one, and the second one. I'm rooting for you. I love to see you win, even though it feels like you'll never truly let me in. I see you and instantly I feel my chest go ba-boom, ba-boom, and it pains me to wish you could see the way you light up a room. I'm rooting for you and everything you deserve, happiness and love and peace and peace. And even when you don't feel like you do, I want you to know if I had to do it all again, it would still be you I would pursue. I'm rooting for you, but it's time I walk away. No, stop. I'm shouting at myself. Can't you just fucking live in the gray? Your heart is breaking, so can't you just obey? There are words I'll never say and poems I'll never write, but what does it all matter if I don't end up with you tonight? But yet I write anyways and learn to hear your name in simple conversation, not wish to burn from a single syllable. And the future is uncertain, so do we now just call it curtains? Okay, I get it. Nothing is for sure. I just want to see the day where the what if no longer makes me feel insecure. And I still wonder, even if we did close those curtains, would we still find a way to meet backstage, replay our ending once more and more and more, ignore everything that we closed and instead just try and open a door? And if we didn't, that's okay too. I might turn to walk away, hoping I didn't call it off too soon. I might focus on keeping my heart squared straight, find a way to mend what broke inside me and release this billion-pound weight. But I know even then I'd still root for you, and there's no telling when that might end. So right now, no longer tongue-tied. I do love you, and I'm done lying.
Whoa. Okay, let's unmute everybody to show some love to Nora and those delicious.
Don't draw yourself
Beautiful,
down by
beautiful.
saying cheesy. Those were beautiful love poems.
So beautiful, the kind that melt, they melt your heart type of cheese.
Been
What's
too
the name
long
of the
since we've
one?
heard you,
Thank
Nuda.
you guys.
Really amazing work.
Was
Amazing.
there a title on the first one? Was the title of the first one? Oh, she's
Put it in the chat for us, Nora. That was beautiful.
No
Something you
titles,
said.
they're just free written.
No
One
title.
from Cheesy.
They might come later.
Something
Right now,
you said
we got the
kind
love.
of
That's what matters.
philosophies I have of writing.
That was just divine. Thank you.
Charcuterie. You saying there's some sausage in there?
Okay, I'm muting. I'm muting now. I'm muting the mutant. Okay. Thank you, Nora. That was beautiful. Share your info in the chat if you'd like. And now we're going to hear from Daniel.
Hello.
Hi.
It's me once again. I put my link tree in the chat. I will just jump straight into it. I have a new poem that I just finished today, actually. It's called New Shit. All right. New shit. So here's my new shit. I'll be shooting bullets of the truth until I am finished. Complain about my choices due to my current conditions. Making a melody to distract myself like most musicians. 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than the things that you did. It could be the perfectionist within us all that gets ignored as kids. Accept everything that's headed your way like an acid trip. Follow your passion and make space for courage. Debt was a tragedy that I could never comprehend. A ticket to depression if you're not cautious about how to spend. Trust me, I know I'm covered in cement. Do what you please, but it's not something I recommend. Let's pray for those in Hawaii. Homes were lost and people dove trying to leave. Over 90 people died as the flames increased. A moment of silence due to Mother Nature being a thief. I spoke to enthusiasm, but he doesn't want to reconcile. I was laughing with my regrets, but it made it hard to smile. I danced with my confidence, but we had different styles. I shot Cupid and now I'm awaiting trial. Let me gloat for once. My book means the world to me. I contemplated my existence before my pen caught some speed. My ambition grew wings after it realized the fame I could achieve. Writing everyone's pain for the average Joe to be pleased. When you get the message, hang up the phone. Ponder what it meant all on your own. Psychedelics are a tool for everything to be shown. Alan Watts is a legend who died peacefully in a mental home. Explaining a joke is like dissecting a frog. You understand it better, but the frog dies in the process. E.B. White's analogy to have curiosity clogged. It's the truth, so great quote nonetheless. Even the illusion of progress is motivating. Neglect whatever the devil is instigating. Get out of your comfort zone so that life is constantly innovating. Life is strange, but in the end, it's always breathtaking. Like a Boy Scout, I like to be prepared. Save what I can as if I live in Montclair. Vigilant due to what lingers when you're unaware. It's a game of cat and mouse, but the rules don't seem fair. In our dreams, we only see faces that we already know. Don't sandbag me with a pipe dream to provoke. Don't judge the hustle because this is the life that I chose. I write until I sleep with my face pressed against some notes. Reevaluate your epiphanies because a few can transform your life. Shifting your path so that you're not sliding on ice. You recalculate like a GPS might, staying optimistic to remain polite. Give a tennis ball a good squeeze. You're using about the same amount of force your heart uses to pump blood out of your body. Our heart beats 100,000 times in a day, and that fact amazes me. More heart attacks happen on Monday than any other day of the week. The funniest people are often the most depressed. Help is always wanted, but never something that we request. A domino effect of issues that shines in the light of stress. A substantial plate of agony that's always hellish to digest. We carry a couple pounds of bacteria, but we can't live without it. Our eyeballs are the same size from birth to death. That must be a gift. Babies have more bones than adults. Ain't that some shit? The human body is interesting, you have to admit. Pain strengthens the mind. The energy rises until the patience declines. Rotate the wrist from the ropes that unbind. Knowing what struggling is like helps keeps a person refined. Another poem to verify the demons that live in my conscience. Amplify dread that becomes a bit obnoxious. We all have new poems because the addiction is obvious. Venting out emotions are always better than false promises. New shit, new experience every week. It could be personal, a confession, or even a story. Painting a loose leaf with ink so that it looks stormy. Despite our physique, it's our actions that has the power to speak. I am Daniel, the interpreter of dreams, a writer who plays chess with different themes, an introvert who makes poems to scream. I am EPOV, a celebrity that's waiting to be seen. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn, that was fire bars from Daniel.
Thank you.
Thank you for blessing us with that new shit. Interpreter of dreams. Yo, much love to you. Are you in the city or where are you zooming in from?
I'm in Newark, New Jersey, actually.
Okay.
And I'll be on the block party on the 26th, actually.
That's what I wanted to know. I look forward to seeing you live, man. Thank you so much. Those bars were crazy. If you put that to a hip hop beat, yo, I don't know. You need to try that, like, because that was straight hip hop right there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. All right. So let's hear from Jason, who joined us last week. Fire.
Hello, everybody.
Hi again.
How you doing, La Bruja?
Doing all right. How are you?
I'm back. I'm good. Broadcasting live from the BX. So from Brooklyn. So I'm going to recite an excerpt of a larger work that I'm currently still writing called Concrete Guru. And it goes a little something like this. Today, Sunday, late afternoon, as the light slowly fades and the darkness will take its place at the head of the table. To cover up the shit you worked yourself to an early grave to keep your children away from. Safe and sound, blind, deaf, and dumb, wrapped up in the flag like a safety blanket. Your children would not believe some of the shit out here, not even in their worst bedwetting nightmares, because mommy and daddy did not let them live and kept them far away from that world to live in a world where the biggest concern is they're going to be late for soccer and football practice. But when those worlds collide, your children will die. And yes, you will cry. No one will see your tears or care enough to stop to offer comfort, at least not anyone from around here. Because around here, we step over the bodies of the lost. The streets are flooded with the tears of those who don't exist. I sit in a self-imposed exile in this bathroom doing my part to ignore the outside world. If not, I'll blow it up instead. Right outside this door, but I can't stay here forever, in this bathroom, in this building, of maniacs, addicts. HIV and AIDS, death lives here with us, a permanent tenant. They just moved into an apartment on the 4th floor, 4A, I believe. There, a nice young man once lived, and the cops had to break down the door because this nice young man was beginning to smell of death. Or was that from the homeless woman who took residence in the stairwell to stay out of the cold and keep her drugs warm and dry, safe from all harm? Questions, questions. This is the day the Lord made, so be glad and rejoice, unless you're one of us here in this fucking place. Thank you.
Right. Oof, I'm gonna unmute everybody, show some love to Jason for blessing us with that.
Where Tom just nailed the ending. Just
thank you. Thank you.
Yes, the Lord's day, unless you're one of us. Oh man.
Appreciate you for coming back through, man, bringing the heat with you. Shout out to BX, man. Always
Definitely.
Love. Real.
Heat, but also a lot of compassion.
Yeah. Right.
Absolutely. Jason, you think you're gonna join us for the block party too?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'll be there.
Awesome. That's what I want to hear. Thank you
I will
so
be there.
much.
I look forward to seeing everybody.
Beautifully done, Jason. Muchas bendiciones.
Gracias, gracias. Thank you.
All right. So let's go and hear from Príncipe. Príncipe, you there?
One moment.
Hi.
So,
how you doing?
pretty
Getting
good.
settled. Where you zooming in from tonight?
Washington State.
Okay, Washington State in the building. The virtual building, that is. So what you gonna bless us with? Am I saying your name right? Because I'm saying it in Spanish.
Principe.
Oh, Principe. Okay, because Príncipe in Spanish, you know, it's Prince, so Principe. Thank you for being here with us all the way from Washington State. Let's go.
A poem we call How I Define Love. Love is whoever needs it. The feel of it drifts like airplanes through the sky. Sometimes it evokes a volcanic eruption between the crevices of your leg. Other times it's brutal as the freezing winter wind. Brutally honest as they come. You can run, but eventually you will meet it head on. If they didn't love you, they won't tell you the truth. But what it isn't is mean-spirited, not discouraging, not fear-driven, not lacking in trust. Whatever it is to you, you define it. Just make sure it feels good. Poem.
Principe, thank you for joining us with that. When did you write that piece?
A couple weeks ago, last week, a week.
Well, thank you. Thank you for, you know, joining us, being creative, being vulnerable and open. Much love to you. Mad powerful.
Thank you.
And keep going. Don't stop, all right?
All right.
Príncipe en español. Okay, I think it's halftime for our announcements. I don't know, Ron, if you're ready to do that. Does that sound good?
It does sound good. That's amazing. Thank you so much, La Brua. I really appreciate you. So yeah, just to let everyone know, you are in the online open mic right now with our executive director and amazing poet and singer and actress Carida de la Luz, aka La Brua. I forgot to tell you that we needed to rename your Zoom, but you know, Carida, I just noticed it myself now, so I apologize. But hello everyone. So just to remind you, we do have lots of amazing programs, you know, still at the New Rican Poets Cafe. We will not be closing the cafe till later in the year. Stay tuned, you know, till we will let you know when exactly that will happen. But, you know, for the next several months, we will continue to give you online and offline programs. Online is our Monday night online open mic. We're going to hear from our host Elemental in just a minute. On Thursdays, La Brua has returned to host our weekly Thursday night online open mic at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Follow her on her social media so you know to sign up 24 hours in advance. And La Brua also hosts our monthly Beatniks online, which happens every first Wednesday Wednesday of the month at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you missed the past one, just go to our social media channels. We have the recorded video there, which you can play back. In person, we have our Monday night on-site open mic hosted by Sol Preem and Felicia Cade. Wednesdays, we have the Poetry Slam hosted by J Rose and the B. We just had a beautiful slam yesterday, which the B hosted. And Friday night, we have our Friday night Poetry Slam hosted by Jive Poetic at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by the Twilight open mic, open room hosted by Shoei. Also, next week we have a band joining us, Bonafide and Yabe. They have a band called the Mona Passage, and we will have several pre-show performances as well. It all starts at 6 p.m. That's when we open the doors to the cafe. It's $10 admission in the cafe, Thursday, August 24th, 6 p.m. at 3rd Street, the New Regan Poets Cafe. And then La Brua mentioned it several times in the beginning and in the last few minutes. Yes, we will have our 10th annual block party. We are returning outdoors right in front of the New Regan Poets Cafe on East 3rd Street between Avenues B and C in Manhattan, New York. We will have food, a DJ, games, fun for children, families, adults, and we have a marathon open mic from 12 noon to 5 p.m. right at the stage to the open mic will be right in front of the cafe. There is no ticket needed. Just come, sign up at the sign up sheet, and give us your poem, your song, your comedy, your short story. Bring everything that you have. And inside the cafe, we will have also vendors who will sell their products. There is one food vendor as well. We will have book sales, and we have the widow of Pedro to give us some spiritual readings. We still have a few spots left to volunteer or to rent a table. If you're interested in either, just go to our website newregan.org/block party 2023. So again, this is happening next weekend, August 26, 12 to 5. For anything else, all the other events, just go to our website, newregan.org, click on full events calendar, choose the date and time, and you can either get your tickets in advance or buy them at the door. And follow us on our online channels, the website, our social media platforms, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, which is now called X, and Facebook, or go to our link tree. You have that all on your screen right now. I'm going to put that in the chat as well. But before we send it back to La Brua, or I believe I'm next on the list anyway, I want to first hear from Elemental. He is our Monday night online open mic host. Monday is slightly different from Thursdays, but still exciting nevertheless. And I see he already has the theme on his background though. So Elemental, why don't you let everyone know what's going on Mondays? Welcome. How are you?
First of all, shout out to dopest tech in the Zoomverse, still want to know Ron Mark Thompson, aka RMT. You're not down with RMT by now, damn it. You should be. You know what? Before I even go any further, Storm God's in the motherfucking building. I love to see my partner Paul Queso in the building. Listen, my name is Elemental. I am the host of the Monday Night Online Open Mic, which there is a theme every week. All right. This week, we're going to be dealing with when in Rome. You know what the rest is. When in Rome, do as the Romans do, right? And how much the Roman Empire has impacted the American culture. So much of what we know, how much it has impacted the American lexicon. You know what I mean? Like, listen, Copernicus, there's so much shit. Plus, you don't necessarily have to be on theme when you come and rock with us, but bring all your energy to the hypest night of the week, all right? This side of Thursday night. But right now, you are rocking with the one and the only La Bruja. Please take it away.
Woo! All right. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. I think the Romans took a lot from the Egyptians, so that's a whole conversation we could get into. But Thank you so much, Elemental. Thank you, Ron. I know that Ron is up next with his poetry. And so our official list is coming to the end. And if you are looking to get heard tonight and you haven't been on the list and you're in the room, shout me out on the chat. I'm going to be putting the good luck round together. And I leave you with our very own Ron.
Thank you so much, La Brua. Appreciate it. And yes, when you mentioned the theme that Elemental mentioned, when in Rome, we're going to have to hear from every side. You know, there is no right or wrong. So bring whatever your feelings are when in Rome. This is like one of the toughest themes yet. I heard him give it to us, but it's always motivational. And so is First Days. And this is why I signed up, La Brua and everyone, because you guys always inspire and motivate me. And, you know, I should once in a while put my name or my head in the list as well. So it worked out today. Thank you, La Brua, for giving us, this venue here. Thank you, for the wonderful programs that you are leader, with your leaderships that you're spearheading at the cafe, both in person and online, with all our amazing hosts. And yeah, guys, whoever is in the metro New York City area, New Jersey, Connecticut, New York, please come to the block party, 10th annual block party, outdoors and indoors. It's going to be amazing. If you want to say hi to our amazing executive director, La Brua, come and see her. She'll be, amazed, and happy to see every one of you guys in person. And Celeste, I'm sorry, we're going to miss you by a few days, but after the block party, we're still going to have other programs, poetry slams, open mics. So we'll see you at one of those in the cafe. So I am not zooming in from the cafe today. I was there yesterday, but today I'm at home, which is the Bronx. And yes, I may not sound like I was born here, but I have lived here for 27 plus years. So I consider myself from the Bronx because like next week when I go to the New York Poets Cafe, I'm going to take the bus and the subway to commute to Manhattan, but then I'm going to commute back to the Bronx. So I wrote a poem earlier this year, which is about the Bronx, and I submitted that to an amazing anthology called the Bronx Memoir Project, which is curated and organized by the Bronx Council on the Arts, which is a great organization. They do lots of workshops, they give grants. So my short poem about the Bronx is in the Bronx Memoir Project, Volume 7, and here it goes. The title is Reminiscing Then and Now. I wasn't born here, yet I feel at home. It wasn't where I saw my first sunrises, but it's where I now see the sun daily roam. The Bronx is where I settled in and I now thrive. It's in this part of New York through the decades I have found a new family and a new life. Many of my recent memories are from here. My heart keeps falling in love over and over again, near and dear. To relax, I can walk through the streets and parks abound, discover new neighborhoods stretching from the Hudson River to the Long Island Sound. I still enjoy the greens, the places, and of course, the people and our community. This borough, though not the biggest in the city, is full of energy, vibes, and a whole lot of beauty. I continue to make new memories each and every day. I love the sounds, the delicious smells of diverse foods. I definitely want my now and here to stay. Sunsets are now what I enjoy from my window. Yes, in this part of the world that ends with an X. Here I continue to reminisce and let my writing muscles flex. Be told it will be hard to pry me away from this American space. I will ensure that the Bronx will be my final resting place. End of poem. Thank you, everyone.
Ron wants to make this his final resting place. Gosh, that's love, y'all. BX, baby, the mainland of the boroughs. It is super special energy here, home of hip hop. I mean, my goodness, so much. I love being from the Bronx, living in the Bronx. I'm here in the Soundview section and have lived here my whole life. and recently discovered within these last, I don't know, 5 or 6 years that this was a Siwanoy village for thousands and thousands of years before the 1600s. It was an archaeological site in the 1900s. It is said that Betty Boop, the Boop Boop a Doop, was like first done in the shanty towns that were here before all that you see today. So there's so much history. I love the Bronx, and I love that you love it too, Ron. That is so cool. And yeah, for those that have not visited the Bronx, I mean, I might just start doing some tours because I really, yeah, we'll keep going. So now I'm sorry that I messed up and didn't call. Is it Kazi Kaz? Is that you, Kazi? Let me unmute you. Are you Kazi? I don't hear you. Ooh.
Yeah, you're unmuted, but your audio doesn't seem to be working, Kasi. Can you hear? You can hear us, right? No, we can.
It's not working. I don't know why I just got louder as if it's that he can't hear. He's the one muted. No. Let's see if we could figure something out. Ron, maybe coach him through some teching.
Yeah, try disconnecting and reconnecting. We'll let you back in, and try make sure you don't have a headset or anything connected. And we'll get back to you. La Brua will re-add you to the list afterwards. Then, thank you.
Yeah, that's what Michael suggests too. Okay, so let's hear from Celeste then. Celeste Ramos in the building. What's good?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, everybody. I am so glad to be here. I'm going to be with you in 2 weeks. I'm finally moving back home, which is very exciting. I'm going to be back in New York. I'm in LA right now. And yeah, so the good news is I got my first poetry chapbook published last week, which is really exciting. It's called Come Back For Me. I'll put a link in the chat for everybody. So I'm going to do 2 short ones. One of them is from Come Back For Me, and the other is something I've never read before. So I'm excited to read it for you. Okay, the first one is It's in the Dark. There's a lot I really wish you would save me from, because this shit is bad. I haven't told you about it. It eats from my heart like so much fruit. I toss and turn at night when it can't wrest a piece of my heart from a crevice in my ribs. I am a quivering morsel in the dark. It is mouth. I am warmth. That is us. It makes me want to die and remind others that they will die too. And it makes me want to sing a song that'll take them with me if I do. Did I summon it by complaining too much? By singing the helpless songs of my mother, or becoming the bourbon stains of my father, the way ink seeps deep into fibers, toxifying spaces, becoming heft? I don't want it around me, it just fills a body-shaped space. It is mist, though. It has teeth, If I'm still enough in the dark, it might pass me, but I never am. I writhe in the black. My pores gape and squeal for touch. And if you were here, maybe it wouldn't hurt this bad. Maybe I would lose less for gaining so little. Where are you? Because this isn't me. I don't want it near. Attention is not reception, and it doesn't own me. I want it to leave me alone, go pay someone else's marrow and leave me to my bones. They're all I need. They're all I know. My flesh is going numb, so please hold me. Please hold on to me. It's the first one. And the second is, this is called N, and it's for a number of female creatives who have passed through my life, or that I've been inspired by, and who died from suicide. So it's sort of an homage to them. And this is N. You are what I could have been had I believed in myself. You are what shines like a warm planet, and I am the dark one, way out in the back, spinning, the one that astrology charts blame for slow-moving change. You are what I could have been had I understood my childhood was a comet. You are what I should have been had it not crashed into me so hard it made time move backward. You are what I observed through telescope of dream, which was just the barrel of my pen. You are what I wrote so many poems about, a swaying, curvy stack of gravity, darkness, breast, and bone. You are what I held my breath to congratulate, what I felt I needed a suit of power and confidence to explore. You are what I thought was always so distant, but you were right there the whole time, a shooting star in an oppressive night that hangs long from God to ground. I watch your gorgeous exhaust of rubble and glitter and ice, but you're gone before I could ask you how. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you soon.
Oh my God, Celeste, that moved me so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was just so beautiful.
Thanks.
Woo! Let us know how to follow you, and I look forward to seeing you in New York when you arrive. We'll be welcoming you with open arms. You reminded me of a dear friend that took his life 2 years ago, and we called him Fofito. And Fofito was a champion of art spaces in Santurce, Puerto Rico, and here in El Barrio, in La Malqueta. And there was an accusation and a smear campaign, and no one revealed who it was. It wasn't through the courts. And he was raising his son, a beautiful boy. And he took his life. And we'll never know whether it was true, whether it wasn't true. And he couldn't stand the shame, the shaming. And, people don't realize how dangerous it is to use social media as a courtroom. It costs people lives. That's out the page of some Trump shit. It's ridiculous. And I want to dedicate the Block Party to Fofito. He passed away 3 days after that. Or maybe I'll do the open mic Monday just to stay true to the date. But Fofito, he's come to me in my dreams and protected me in really dark times. So they still go to heaven and be angels. And speaking of angels, this angel lives on earth. He's a real cheesy dude that does the voices and vibes. And, we have so many tremendous karaoke moments at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. We're definitely going to do one before we close our doors. It's going to have to be on a Saturday just so that everyone can make it and we can hear your voices, hear your vibes. That's coming soon. So look out for that. And I leave you to our very own Paul Con Queso.
Thank you, Gotti. Gotti, it's good to be back here on Thursdays with you. Where it all started for me, really, this is the newest of shit. I just wrote it and finished it today, like in the room type shit. And I'm in this whole season, this Venus retrograde, all the stuff we're going through has been bringing up so many wounds for me. And so much shadow work, and it's been really difficult. And this is a poem that I think is just kind of scratching the surface of that. It's called Shadow Work. Like Peter Pan, chasing his into dimly lit corners of strangers' bedrooms. As of late, I've been having to work to find my own shadow too. In this age of Venus retrograde, I've been retroactively grading old cycles, recycling, if you will, old discarded plastic parts like Ken doll heads, revisiting toxic mindsets to see if the lesson has been applied yet I guess I haven't found that footing to dig heels into, healing to find that feeling, revealing pain from traumas I've been concealing since I can remember remembering. To find suppression exists there on the filaments of fray-ended memories like celluloid undeveloped. We discard the negatives far too jarring to keep, but see, retrogrades have a way of making you revisit scene of crime, the date and time you first had innocence snatched from your grasp before you even got to see candles lit on a cake that signified you were no longer 8, that in this age and place you still had space for making wishes. Closed your eyes and blew candles out. And from that age on, you knew there would never be an open timeline for you again. Just a before and after the incident, a stamp, a mark, a branding, a brand, a bloodletting. So red wedding, it resulted in bedwetting. Yet you went from being a child naive to a sexualized entity, turning Ken doll to sex toy, a boy fetishized by the eyes who beheld beauty in corrupting innocence. And as I blacked out, sunk in that water bed, becoming submersible amongst this titanic wreck, the pressure bursting my memories. And though there is no wrong answer to this mnemonic test, I still find myself retrograded, a failure F, branded by someone cold, callous hands as a man, when really I just wanted to not reach 9. How many 8-year-olds do you know that write suicide notes during 3rd grade ELA? Trying my best to confess when I didn't even possess the language, nevertheless tools to self-advocate. 10, 9, 8, going under again, counting down, submerge with hopes to drown and never emerge, as if your existence was an almost, which we all know only counts in horseshoes and retrogrades. Like if your suffering was a grenade and you pin-pulled ring, clenched in teeth, and Geronimo tossed it away. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, like I was some sick mastermind crafting weapons of my own demise, Oppenheimering this nuclear holocaust, architect of an Ibsen-esque doll's house death. I wanted to be a child again, to go back to playing with toys, to fall out shelter self. And perhaps that's why I didn't truly date until 17 when it happened again. Why I gained all the weight, why I stayed playing with cousins, Barbie dream houses, fever dreaming I could be her spouse, cause no one could fondle on smooth doll parts, lying safe in bed, safe in a place no one would come for me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ready or not, here they come. Wonder why we hide when they seek. In 3,000 thread count sheets, Egyptian cotton strangling me. Wonder why when my mother's mother died right in front of me, and I went right back to school that next week just to dissociate. 9, 10, playing with wrestling action figures and dolls. My God, Paul, grow up. You aren't them. Architecting the want to have perfect physique, coiffed hair, an 8-pack, and guess I didn't help fight back against that dysmorphia, because I objectified myself so much, having been sexualized by girls and guys alike, thinking my worth was commensurate with how much Barbie wants to kiss, wants me inside of her dream house. Like, do I cease to exist if they do not notice me? See, I wanted to be main character energy, kinetic as any lead, not just Alan or some other generic side-quested Kenemy. So fuck it, let's get numb then, hump in public, speak percussive, because 9 times out of 10 I'm an 8. Nice body and cute face, but in my heart of hearts I need to be 10. Tending to needs again, I drop to knees just to purge and heave until I bleed. Child me so wounded his shadow was scones from that fondling, so he ate and ate and ate, because the extra pounds became protective layers against predators. But the more I gained, the less I felt. And as body ballooned, I started shrinking into self. And why after all this was this child so afraid of that age? Perhaps because 7, 8, 9, all the time I'd find discarded doll parts of mine tossed about relatives' houses. Like, I guess it's fine to make light of this plight, because I'm just Ken. Anywhere else I'd be a 10. Is it my destiny to live and die a life of flawed fragility? Caught up in burying this boy in me 6 feet deep. It takes a man now in his 30s to see that beautiful child in me. Didn't need to do anything but find a means to survive, stay alive, to fight another day, which is to say, even a warrior can need tending to. That the wounded child inside of you needs just as much attention as those plastic parts you chase across dysphoric landscapes, chasing shadows into dimly lit bedrooms where you assume you will find yourself. But casting no shadow, there is no one there to help, and begin tinkering with bells again like Peter Pan. I was a boy afraid to become a man, masquerading his pain and daggers, dust, and escape, jumping to catch that shadow work, working to attach shadow back, stitching it into toes, knowing that sometimes healing is a simple act of honoring pain, is revealing the wound to the light instead of concealing the times we had our childhoods taken away, because this human right here spent the next 27 years trying to love the wounded boy back into him, to jam his shadow back back in behind teeth, chasing monsters out of sheets. Cause instead of myths or fairy tales, I do believe in me. Woken up to feeling shadows on the ceiling, and I honor them, needle and threading my needs so that shadow and I can mend, can retrograde pain into a present where I am maintaining that lost boy in me who just needs to be real, who accepted he wants to feel, who wants to grow up, who wants to be loved instead of just tinkered with. Cause I'm just Paul, and that's enough. And I no longer fear what I resisted for so long, reabsorbing shadows back into me to feed this wounded child in need. So take your hands and join me in holding your shadow self, honoring it. After all it's ever been is a projection of the beautiful space that you take up when you accept that you're allowed to step into the light that your survival occupies. And that's when you realize you are no possession. So with that, I remember this remembrance. I am always my own and no one else's.
Paul, I'm gonna unmute everybody right there. We are embracing ourselves. That's part of the healing that we're doing tonight. Let's go.
Yes, we're hugging ourselves, but we're also hugging you, Paul. I mean, this is like, people talk about how, you use your pain to make art, and I don't know of a better example, man. This is really, you're taking everything of you and giving it to us and making it something that we can use. Nothing more beautiful.
I wish CP was still here to hear that, because you channeled a bit of that power that he gives, and my God, what you did on so many levels, and the beauty of healing yourself to heal others.
Yes,
godsend, man, godsend, Paul. That's
it's so important for men to talk about it.
That's the most
good
powerful
men,
thing I've ever heard you
men
do.
to bring that up and to be clear about it, and aggressively clear about it, not just hinting at it, not just saying, oh, this might have happened to me, or oh, I sometimes feel this way, just owning it and fucking saying it.
Yes.
So
And
thank
I
you.
don't think you realize how deep you went into the future, where we're going with AI and robots and Ken and Barbie, and what that whole thing was, the Ken thing. And for a long time, I've been saying Mattel and those dolls were not toys; they were prototypes. And I know that's a deep six I just dropped, but consuming non-genitalia life forms and what's happening to us with AI is
well, when
it ties into
genitalia
that,
is such a
it ties
problem,
into torture.
not having it.
This is what I love about
This
geniuses
is unbelievable.
that
What you did
manifest
is
in
so
poets, because
fucking
they
deep,
bring
man.
up all of this type
You
of stuff. Let me
transcend
tell
the
you,
shit.
if you have never been influenced by the one and only Paul Conqueso, you have just been blessed by a storm god.
Yeah, we have been
Trust and believe.
blessed. We have definitely been blessed.
Yes, we have.
Vulnerability and the courage that it takes to be so open, it's really transformative, and it's what this world needs, like to really look into the darkest parts of ourselves, to do that shadow work, to really embrace the parts of us that we believe or have been made to believe are unlovable, and to shine light in those places, loving those parts of ourselves, accepting ourselves, so that we're not projecting this self-hatred outward, instead of really sitting with yourself. It takes courage to do that. And we're gonna drop the mic after this. This is it. There's nothing more to be said. Mic dropped. Paul Conqueso blessing us in the good luck round. We sure have been lucky to have been blessed by Paul. So, look out for the stuff that we do together. Paul, Ron, Maddie, Elemental, everybody in the cafe, we're doing beautiful things. And tonight was everything that I needed. I hope you got what you needed to. Much love to you. La Bruja, over and out. New Yorican Poets Cafe, doing big, beautiful, heartfelt, healing things.
Hold on, before we leave La Brua, I think we want to go try Cosy Cos again, but I think he still has trouble with his audio because it's saying connecting to audio. Okay, can you hear me?
One more time, Kazi.
Nope, and now he disconnected, and yeah, I read the chat. I didn't realize that Cosmo Martinez was the same as Cosy Cos. So hopefully he'll come back next week then, so. Sorry, but thank you, everyone. Hold on, let's unmute everyone one last time so we can give our flowers to our amazing host, La Brua. Thank you for.
Yes, thank you, La Bruja. Thank you,
Appreciate
Ron,
you,
for
Bruja.
the check-in and for being
Coming in
Goodbye.
live from the
Yes, and for
BX. Appreciate you.
yeah.
All the love.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That Kaz?
Kaz.
Yes.
We did it!
Oh my God.
He's back
Finally.
with the phone. You got
He dialed in to make it happen.
All right.
This is my first time doing this. And I'm sorry.
Wow. First time. So we go clap to Jerry.
Come on,
All right. Can I spit my piece?
Yeah, do it. Why not?
Okay. I'm sorry for the confusion. Okay. My name is Kaz, Kazi Kaz. And tonight I will be reciting my ABCs for y'all. My alphabetically bestowed consciousness. Always assess allegorically adorable anecdotes, articulately addressing any assumingly amended addendums and altered agendas. Anymore, ambivalently attacking with an antiquated arsenal of amplified animosity aptly and ably applied to abjectly ailing allies. Affably, I applaud the admirably aspiring and affectionately alienable actions autonomously apparent anytime anyone astutely attempts to adaptively acclimate to acutely and abusively affected atmospheres, ambiances, auras, and amicabilities. I'm absolutely astounded and amazingly astonished by how aggressively adamant and abhorrently averse to acknowledging actual analytically assessed affirmations as so many avid absolution alienating addicts so absurdly and acrimoniously are. Aimless ambiguity and ardent arbitrariness anonymously assist in adding augmented amounts of agonizingly avowed appropriations to the already arduously arrested and abominably aching aftermath of this entropically aimed artificial attack. Actually, it's abysmally anxietal, also apprehensively and appallingly alarming, because braggingly boastful bureaucratic bastards brashly bargain like bird-brained, blunderingly buffoonic bozos, bodaciously bringing big ball-busting bulldozers, blindly bullying, bereavingly bleeding and burden-bred beasts. But I bravely breathe to briefly benefit from the blankly benign benevolence bequeathed to and bestowed upon us. Before becoming brazenly bitter, become beneficently better. Build a broader base, brightly broadening our beyond bountifully boundless and bloomingly beautiful baby's best. Because I've been backbreakingly busy, broadly breaking bales of bodega bought bread and barrels of briskly brewed beer, bourbon, and brandy. Booze. Also, continuously concentrate on continually clandestine congregations centrally centered on corruptly concealed collusion, creatively culminating into criminally cruel and caustically cancerous calamities. Because corrosively capricious communists chronically crave crucially conflicting conditions, craftily creating cosmically chaotic camps, coercively constricting classically classy cowboys, and contemptuously convicting candidly compassionate compadres. So courageously combine the cautiously commingling classes, crudely causing a credibly clear cleansing and conscientious consciousness, consequently catering to a culturally comprehensive culmination commonly classified as a community. So now that y'all know my ABC, hopefully next time y'all say it with me. Thank you.
A poet has been born tonight. Before your very eyes, a poet has been born tonight. Show some love for Kazi Kaz. Let's unmute everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
we're
you.
glad you
Man.
made it, and we're glad you'll be back.
Burned up that Dixon.
Yeah, you're one of us now.
Yes,
Lit on fire.
Just
One of
Bring us
us.
those bars.
One of us.
Yeah,
One
just
of
if
us.
you're on two different things, let Ron know.
We read it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, Ron's there to help you with the
That
chat.
He
was a
only
lot
got
of
to
work.
see.
I
He only
respect
got
the
to
work.
see.
You know what
I
I mean?
already know, man. I'm like, damn,
Please,
it's gonna be
come
like
on.
Installation. You gotta just keep doing
Next
3-letter
week is the
series.
DEF. Right, come on, Fuego. Right, 3-part
DEF
series.
is next.
You can bring
DEF is
D
next.
next week.
Bring
That'll
us the
work.
deaf next
Straight
week.
earworms on them.
DEF,
Come on with the
baby.
eargasms, bro. That was
Thank
phenomenal,
you.
man.
Yeah.
For real,
Thank you,
Kazuta.
man.
Yeah.
That was just the short version. That was just the short version. I have a,
The abridged
yeah.
You
version.
can bring it in,
He was like,
like
what
I
I
say,
do
you
is
can
No,
do
like
it
son,
this.
in
you
parts.
didn't get it all.
You
Come
ain't
on,
going
man.
anywhere.
Oh, man.
We're here forever.
Well, what a way to end. Well, Labua, now that we have his phone number, I'm going to call him tomorrow to see if we can figure out his Zoom, so hopefully we can see him invisibly, but I'm
Absolutely,
so
yes.
glad we got him in there.
What better way than, to end the night with a poet using their voice for the very first time on, in this house, in this space,
Yes.
in this community.
New voice.
That's what we are about too, not just celebrating the greats, the established, the ones that have been doing this forever, but those new voices, we're inspiring a whole new generation and a whole new, just community. It grows and grows. The village is so beautiful. Thank you, Kazi. Kaz, thank you, Paul. Thank you, everybody that got on tonight. It was beautiful. It was medicinal. It was healing. It's everything that we need in this world. So much love to everybody. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Elemental. Muchas gracias. Stay tuned. NewEurican.org. Look at our calendar. Follow us. And I'll see you soon.